Welcome to G Fun Facts Online. In a world relentlessly shaped by human hands, where our cities scrape the sky and our roads carve up the land, there exists a quiet but powerful rebellion. It's a rebellion that begins when we leave. When the clamor of industry and the bustle of daily life cease, a subtle yet inexorable process begins. This is the story of nature's reclamation, a beautiful and intricate display of ecological resilience in the face of our forgotten worlds. From the radioactive wilderness of Chernobyl to the ghost resorts of Cyprus, the Earth is constantly demonstrating its ability to heal, adapt, and, ultimately, to reclaim what was once its own. These abandoned places, monuments to our endeavors and sometimes our folly, become accidental laboratories, offering profound insights into the tenacity of life itself. The reclamation of our abandoned world isn't a chaotic free-for-all. It's a structured, predictable process known as ecological succession. Think of it as nature's methodical, step-by-step plan to turn a barren parking lot back into a thriving forest. This process comes in two main flavors. The first is primary succession. This happens on landscapes completely devoid of life, where there's no soil to speak of. Think of a newly formed volcanic island or a freshly paved concrete structure. It's starting from absolute scratch. The second, and much more common type in our abandoned cities, is secondary succession. This occurs where an ecosystem was disturbed, but the soil and some life remain. A forest after a fire, a field left fallow, or an abandoned city park are all examples. Because the foundation of soil is already there, secondary succession is a much faster process. So, who are the first recruits in nature's reclamation army? They are the pioneer species, hardy, resilient organisms that can survive where little else can. In the concrete jungle, the first to arrive are often lichens and mosses. These incredible life forms, a symbiotic partnership between a fungus and an alga, can cling to the most unforgiving surfaces, bare rock, glass, even rusting steel. Their job isn't just to survive, it's to create. Lichens produce weak acids that slowly, imperceptibly, begin to break down the surfaces they live on. Over millennia, these acids, combined with trapped dust and the decomposition of the lichens themselves, create the very first whisper-thin layer of soil. It's a monumental first step. Following the lichens and mosses come the plants we often call weeds. Species like dandelions, with their wind-blown seeds and tough grasses, can take root in the tiniest cracks in the thinnest soils. Their roots act like tiny jackhammers, further breaking up concrete and asphalt. As they live and die, they enrich this new soil, paving the way for bigger things to come. As the soil deepens, the process accelerates. Shrubs and small trees, like the buddleia or "butterfly bush," a common sight in urban wastelands, begin to appear. Their seeds, carried by birds or wind, find a home in the growing pockets of soil on ledges and in crevices. As these larger plants grow, their roots exert immense pressure, widening cracks, crumbling concrete, and toppling walls. It's a slow-motion demolition, carried out by life itself. Over decades, if left alone, these pioneer communities are gradually replaced by more competitive, longer-lived trees. The final stage is what ecologists call a climax community, a stable forest ecosystem. Of course, our abandoned structures add fascinating wrinkles to this process. A tall building creates a variety of microclimates. Its shaded north face supports different plants than its sun-baked south face. The materials matter too. The high pH of concrete is challenging for some plants, but as it leaches calcium, it can actually benefit others. Rusting steel releases iron, a vital nutrient. Contamination from old industrial sites can also alter the course of succession, favoring only the most specialized, toxin-tolerant plants. Now, let's journey to some of these accidental laboratories around the world. Perhaps no place better illustrates the astonishing resilience of nature than the Chernobyl exclusion zone. After the 1986 nuclear disaster, a 1,000-square-mile area was evacuated, leaving behind the ghost city of Pripyat. The immediate aftermath was horrific. A nearby pine forest turned reddish-brown and died, earning the name the Red Forest. But in the decades since, with humans gone, the zone has transformed into a stunning, albeit radioactive, wilderness. It has become a haven for an incredible array of wildlife. Wolf populations are now 7 times denser than in surrounding reserves, and they roam the empty streets of Pripyat. Herds of wild boar and roe deer graze in overgrown fields. Rare species like the European bison and the elusive Eurasian lynx have made a comeback. Most remarkably, a population of around 150 Przewalski's horses, a rare and endangered wild species, is now thriving in the zone. Plant life has recovered too. The dead red forest is being replaced by deciduous trees like birch, which are more resistant to radiation. The city of Pripyat itself is now a dense forest, with trees pushing up through concrete plazas and inside buildings. While the radiation still has subtle effects, some studies show lower insect populations in hotter spots. The overwhelming story of Chernobyl is one of vibrant life. It's a powerful testament that the absence of humans can be a more powerful force for ecological recovery than even the presence of deadly radiation. From a radioactive wasteland, we travel to an accidental paradise, the Korean Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ. Stretching 155 miles across the Korean peninsula, this 2.5-mile-wide ribbon of land has been one of the most heavily fortified borders in the world since 1953. Because it's been largely untouched by humans for over 70 years, it has become a vital refuge for wildlife. The DMZ is home to over 5,000 species of plants and animals, including more than 100 that are endangered. Its diverse landscape of mountains, forests, and wetlands provides a habitat for a huge range of creatures. The wetlands are a crucial wintering ground for the red-crowned and white-naped cranes, 2 of the world's most endangered birds. In the mountains, the rare Amur goral, a type of wild goat, finds sanctuary. There are even camera trap images of the elusive Asiatic black bear, suggesting a breeding population exists within the zone. Former rice paddies and farms have transformed back into lush wetlands and forests. The DMZ stands as a poignant symbol of how nature can heal the wounds of war, creating a vibrant landscape in the very place where human conflict reached its peak. Now let's journey to an island off the coast of Nagasaki, Japan, that from a distance resembles a warship. This is Hashima Island, nicknamed Gunkanjima, or Battleship Island. It was once a coal mining facility and, for a time, the most densely populated place on Earth, with over 5,000 people packed onto just 16 acres. When the coal ran out in 1974, the island was abandoned almost overnight. Today, Hashima is a ghost island of crumbling concrete apartment blocks. But amidst the gray decay, nature is staging a quiet takeover. This is a perfect example of primary succession. Hardy plants, their seeds carried by wind and birds, have taken root in the cracks of the concrete jungle. Ferns, mosses, and grasses colonize rooftops and open spaces, painting a surreal landscape of green against gray. In this harsh environment of salt spray and soilless concrete, life has found a way, slowly breaking down the man-made world to create a foundation for a new wilderness. Our next stop was once a glittering playground for the rich and famous. In the 1970s, Varosha, Cyprus, was a premier tourist destination, attracting celebrities like Elizabeth Taylor. But in 1974, following the Turkish invasion of Cyprus, the entire district was fenced off and abandoned, becoming a ghost town in a UN-patrolled buffer zone. For nearly 50 years, Varosha was frozen in time. But while the human world crumbled, nature was hard at work. Prickly pear bushes have overrun manicured gardens, and trees have sprouted through the floors of luxury apartments. Most remarkably, The deserted beaches have become a safe haven for nesting sea turtles, which were once a rare sight due to tourist activity. The story of Varosha is a poignant reminder that even in the midst of political conflict, nature finds a way to create a wild and beautiful kingdom in the heart of a ghost city. Finally, let's look at the Salton Sea in California. This is a different kind of abandonment. California's largest lake is a man-made accident. Born in 1905, when the Colorado River breached an irrigation canal. For a while, it was a glamorous resort. But as agricultural runoff, full of pesticides and fertilizers poured in, its salinity soared, and its waters became toxic. Today, the Salton Sea is a shadow of its former self, surrounded by abandoned resorts and the smell of decay. And yet, life clings on. The sea has become a crucial stopover for over 400 species of migratory birds. The native desert pupfish has adapted to the extreme salinity and pollution. And in the hypersaline water, extremophile bacteria thrive. It's a surreal, strangely beautiful landscape that reminds us of the unintended consequences of our actions and the incredible tenacity of life in the most extreme environments. As nature reclaims these spaces, it doesn't always recreate what was there before. Often, what emerges is something entirely new. A ecosystem, composed of a mixture of native and non-native species living in a human-altered world. The radioactive wilderness of Chernobyl, with its mix of native wolves and introduced Przewalski's horses, is a classic example. These novel ecosystems challenge our traditional ideas of conservation. Should we accept them as a new reality and manage them for the benefits they provide? Or do they distract from the vital work of protecting what pristine wilderness is left? It's a debate that will become more important as our world continues to change. The reclamation of our abandoned worlds is a powerful testament to the resilience of life. It's a reminder that even in the face of our most destructive actions, nature has an incredible capacity to heal, to adapt, and to create something new and beautiful. These landscapes are not just graveyards of our past, they are cradles of a new and wilder future. They teach us that in the end, nature always finds a way, and that even in our absence, the world will continue to be a place of breathtaking wonder.